We went to Branson, Missouri for a little getaway. It was our first vacation with the kids. We're a single family income, so taking vacations is a luxury we couldn't afford much. This trip was special. We wanted to make as many memories as possible. It was your typical family vacation, hitting all the tourist spots. We went to the aquarium, Dixie Stampede, the Titanic Museum. We walked the Strip. Everything seemed like a normal family vacation until that damn ring.
Sarah was off playing mini golf with the kids, and I wanted to check more of the Strip out. I didn't really feel like playing mini golf, so I wanted to go walk the Strip and browse a little bit more. I saw this little hidden antique shop that was tucked deep away in this little alleyway, and they were still playing mini golf, so I decided that it would be a perfect time for me to go and check this place out. I wanted to surprise Sarah with something really special. I know she likes older, antique-y, creepy things, stuff like that. I wasn't really having much luck. I was actually getting ready to leave when this sparkle, I would call it, caught my eye. It was something hiding behind the books, kind of hidden away behind and amongst other things. And I moved some stuff out of the way, and it looked like an old engagement ring. It had a beautiful sparkle. It just really caught my eye, and I knew she'd love it. It was small, simple design. The diamonds, they were anything extravagant, but they just had something mesmerizing about this ring. I knew she'd love it, so I got it.
The kids and I finished our game, and I saw Colin walking back. He had the biggest smile on his face. I could tell he was hiding something, and I could tell he just couldn't hold it in either. And right as he got up to me, he gave me the ring that he had bought, and I fell in love with it right away. I probably wore that thing the whole time we were on vacation. I just instantly felt this immediate connection, and it wasn't until we got home that we noticed weird things started to happen.
Things around the house were going missing, then reappearing in places you would never expect them. I found my car keys in the bathroom medicine cabinet. Sarah said she would hear things, whispers, stuff like that. The kids mentioned seeing these shadowy figures that were dancing in the corners of their eyes. I just blew it all off, thinking we were just tired from that long drive. All night long we had to drive, and we were just readjusting back into life.
Maybe it was a connection I had with the ring, but I knew the ring was the cause of the haunting. I tried telling Colin, but he kept saying it was all strange coincidences. And that's when he witnessed it firsthand.
So I was sitting in bed watching TV, and I saw something walk past across the doorway of my bedroom, and I just assumed it was my son getting up to have a restroom break. But then it happened again, but this time the door slammed shut and Sarah's ring flew off the vanity and right on top of my lap. I started to believe Sarah and the kids on what they were saying, and I agreed to help her in any way I could to get rid of this ring.
I've experienced paranormal activity before, just not like this. It's like the ring knew what we were doing, and it just kept coming back. I threw it in the trash one morning, and 2 hours later, it was back on my vanity. Colin tried smashing it with a hammer, but the thing didn't even bend. I even tried burning it. The only thing it did was make the hauntings worse.
Well, at this point, I had had enough, and I asked Sarah to contact her friend, which happens to dabble in the spiritual medium side of things. And we asked her to come give us a hand and maybe give us some tips on how we could possibly get rid of this god-awful ring.
While talking with my friend, she told me we have to break the connection between me and the ring before the bond was irreversible. She said returning the ring to the place we found it was the best way to break the connection, but we couldn't just pack up and drive 13 hours back to the antique shop. So our next option was to use a binding spell. Basically, we had to write out a bind on a piece of paper, fold it up, tie it onto the ring, and take it to a place as far away from us as we could.
After Sarah and her friend did whatever they needed to do to the ring, binding spell or whatever it is, we got in a car and we started driving. We drove about 4 hours away, or until we found another antique shop that we stumbled across. Sarah stayed in the car, but I went in and I had to find a good spot to hide this ring. I found a spot in the very back of the antique shop. I put it on the very back of the shelf. I pushed some antiques and some books in front of it, and I was just happy for it to not be in my hands, so I got out of there.
Well, it's been a year since we did the spell, and everything seems to be back to the way it was before the ring came into our life. I just hope no one has found that ring.